I've been licensed and ordained since I was 7 years old, and I believe that what God has for me, no one can take away from me. The
no matter what you like, or
and the word says clearly that we were created in His image. So you don't think God knew how you were going to be when He created you? He knew what it was that we were going to go through, but society has placed this stigma saying that it's wrong. Nobody really even know what's really right or wrong.
Right.
Because how can I tell you what's right for you if I don't even know what's right for myself?
Exactly.
So don't judge a book by its cover, because the last time I checked, your book wasn't the best seller. That's what I tell people. So always keep inside your mind that you are here for yourself. You owe it to nobody else but to be here for yourself. There's no sense in having negative thoughts or having a negative impact towards yourself.
Right.
Just learn to be who you are in your own spiritual realm and allow things just to suffice.
Yeah, that's deep. That's real deep.
It is. But you know, it's just about knowing who you are.
Yeah. And trying to help the next
I mean,
person.
you'll feel more comfortable about yourself when you just, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. I mean, it's gonna be real hard. But if you want to really be yourself, you want to live with yourself, then you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, just take that chance and come out the closet, man. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you, but eventually, in due time, you will proceed. You know, so.
The thing I liked about me and my baby was, like, we met under different circumstances. I was sent to the Illinois Department of Corrections after completing a task program and violating that task program because of my address change was not sufficient, and catching a case for really stealing money from the state of Illinois. During that time period, I didn't know what to expect going to prison. I thought that I was just going to go down there and do my time, hurry up and get some good time and go home, and that was going to be it. But when I got down there, I'm just like, in a child hall, I seen this guy, he was looking at me, and I'm like, what the hell is he looking at? Why is he always looking at me? And I was really like treating him, and then, we went to a summit, I believe it was, and they were talking about the different programs that was available in the community, and he kind of like gave me his phone number and stuff, and then we talked after that. And it was some hard times because just imagine being around a whole bunch of men in a prison where it's kind of like people know what goes on and they do it, and they have sexual experiences and stuff in prison. But then it's more like I'm a homo thug, and I'm going to do it while I'm here, and then when I get out, I'll be with a female later on. And so then you kind of battling with that same thing, like, okay, you got men that really like other men. And for me to be open and out, I was kind of upset because he wasn't open and out. So we began to have this battle with each other and battle with everybody else. And then it was like hell on wheels. It was more like living in an environment. And I feel like because I was able to make it through
the whole penitentiary.
It was like because I was able to make it through that strong battle. Because that had to be the strongest thing. That had to be the toughest thing, I should say, that I had to face in my time. Being around 1,000 some odd inmates, and you got to shine. I know that if I can make it through that, I know that the worst is over, but the best is yet to come. So you always got to keep in the back of your head that, okay, this situation right here, this too shall pass. But what is it that I want to do differently? What I want to learn how to do more now that, my baby has come out of the closet, I want to learn how to trust more.
So, you recently
Like, what? September?
Yeah.
September?
So how long did you get the feeling that you was gay?
I had always liked the boys, but as we growing up in the hood, you know what I'm saying? You from Chicago, so you know how it is. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was a part of an organization, you know what I'm saying? They don't go for that shit, you know what I'm saying? But they don't go for that, so, man, I had to let go. It was either let Michael go or let this game go. So I let them go, you know what I'm saying? Okay, no.
That's, and I understand that because, it's
It was
hard,
hard, man. It was hard. It was real hard.
And then you got, And you being a male, you know, it's hard on you
Right.
when you go outside, you know. You either get, you know, it's just rough. Especially when you're coming from Chicago, too, you know.
True. I mean, I've never experienced a big city life. I moved here and there and went to college and so forth, and I experienced that part. I'm more of like the book type. The streets were never like for me. I picked up certain things from being around certain people, but you know, when I got to prison, it was a different experience because the very place that you say that you don't want to be involved in and the problem that you don't want to be faced with is where sometimes God will put you to deal with certain things. And it was just like, maybe I had to realize while I was there, why am I here? Is it because I can help somebody else learn how to deal with themselves? Or is it just that maybe I was placed here to be taught a lesson? So I took it as God was requiring me to do something to allow somebody else to be who they are before it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, because I believe in happiness. I believe you should be who you are. And that much more, you can be a better person, be acceptable to the world and to yourself, because it's all about self-perseverance and being acceptable to yourself. The more that we learn how to deal with our inner feelings, our inner insight, the better off that we'll be comfortable. And I mean, I just love my baby today.
Right, and so okay, so y'all gotta tell me, how was the first time? Like, you know, like
The first time.
like the first time, you know, you had sex with a male. You know, like, was it like, you know?
Well, my first time having sex with a male was this guy that used to like live 3 doors down from us, and we lived on Orchard.
And how old you was?
I was about 15. His name was Jeremiah. And he has a sister, you know what I'm saying? My mom was really good friends with his mom or whatever. And he used to come over our house and ride a bike. And so one day I was like in the back room. And I was like, I always had a crush on him. I thought he was cute. And so I told him one day, I was like, why don't you let me give you some head? We were in the back room and he was like, what? So I pulled his pants down and I began to give him some head. And then he pulled his pants up and he was like, no, because I look at you as a little brother. Well, we went back a little and we sat on the couch, and he used to always come over every day after that. But this particular day that I did that, he was like, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to open up your bedroom window. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to come through your bedroom window. He came back and we were on the floor, and that was my first time I took him. But I really liked him as a person, but he was a straight male. And my mom was good friends with his mother, so it was more like saying we couldn't really go there because we were family. But we began to do it for like 3 or 4 years, and then when I moved out and got my first apartment, he came over, he got drunk, and